Good morning all. In today's class, we will discuss about the extension of range of instruments. So, the extension of range of instruments can be done in four different methods. They are mainly done in four different methods. Right? So, the first method is nothing but shunt type method. Second one is nothing but multiplier method. Third one is nothing but current transformer. And the fourth one is nothing but potential transformer. So in this lecture we are mainly concentrating on shunt type range meter extension and multiplier type meter extension. So we will discuss about the extension of the ammeter. We will discuss about the extension of the ammeter with the placement of shunt. So, in order to have the extension of ammeter, we will consider various parameters. So, let us draw the diagram first. So, let RSH is the shunt resistance. Let RSH is the shunt resistance placed in parallel with your meter. Placed in parallel with your meter, where the meter is having an internal resistance of Rm. And the current flowing through the meter is nothing but Im, right? And the unknown measured quantity of current is nothing but Ims, and the unknown measured quantity of current is nothing but Ims, and the current flowing through the shunt resistance is Ish, and the current flowing through the shunt resistance is Ish. That means in this case I am using a shunt resistance in order to extend the range of ammeter. In order to extend the range of ammeter, that means I am using a shunt resistance in order to extend the range of ammeter. Now what are the various parameters I have considered here? I have considered I is equal to total current to be measured I is the total current to be measured. ISH is equal to current through shunt. IM is the current through meter or full scale deflection in the meter. RM is the resistance of the meter. Right? So these are the various parameters we are considering here. So in order to calculate the extension range of an ammeter, we should calculate the RSH value. That means what is the range of RSH should be placed in parallel with your existing meter, so that the range of the ammeter is been extended. So the range of the ammeter is extended, right? So I will calculate the value of RSH now. Since RSH and RM are in parallel, the voltage drop across RSH and the voltage drop across RM are said to be equal, right? So we are taking the initial condition that the voltage across your RSH and voltage across your RM are equal, right? So since RSH and RM are parallel, the voltage drop across them are equal. The voltage drop across them are equal. That is ISH into RSH is equal to ISH into RSH is equal to Im into Rm. Right? So from this, what's the value of RSH you are getting? The value of RSH is equal to Im into Rm by ISH. Im into Rm by ISH. Right? So we have obtained the value of RSH as Im into Rm by ISH. Now we will apply KCL at node 1. We will apply KCL at node 1. That means I am assuming this is as a node 1 and I will apply KCL at node 1. So when you are applying KCL at node 1, what you are getting? The sum of the currents entering at a node will be equal to the sum of the currents leaving at the same node. So what is the KCL at node 1? We are having I is equal to ISH plus IM. We are having I equal to ISH plus IM. So let it be equation A. Let it be equation A. And we have already got the value of RSH, where RSH is equal to IM into RM by ISH. Let it be equation 1. Let it be equation 1. So from equation A, we get the value of ISH is equal to I minus IM. The value of ISH is equal to I minus IM. So we are getting the value of shunt current ISH. Now we will replace the shunt current ISH in equation 1. We will replace the shunt current in equation 1. So replacing ISH in equation 1. So we will replace the value of ISH in equation 1. So what is the equation 1 here? RSH is equal to IM into RM by ISH. Now we will replace the value of ISH in equation 1, where equation 1 is equal to RSH is equal to IM into RM by ISH. So I will replace this value of ISH in this equation. So what you will get here? IM into RM by I minus IM. We will get IM into RM by I minus IM. Now I will simplify the equation. So when you are simplifying this equation, what you are getting? IM into RM by, I will take IM as common now. So IM into I by IM minus 1. So IM gets cancelled and this is equal to RM by M minus 1, which is equal to RSH. RSH is equal to RM by M minus 1, where M is equal to I by IM, where M is equal to I by IM. So this is nothing but the value of M, where M is nothing but multiplying factor of the meter, where the value of M is equal to I by IM. So this is nothing but the extension of an ammeter by using a shunt resistance. That means in order to increase the range of an ammeter, what we have to do? We have to connect a shunt resistance in such that we will bypass the current through the shunt resistance and we will increase the range of the meter. So this is all about your extension of a ammeter, where the shunt resistance to be placed in parallel with your ammeter is equal to RM by M minus 1, right? Now as we already discussed that the value of RSH in case of an extension of a meter is RSH is equal to RM by M minus 1 and or RSH is equal to IM RM by I minus IM. So this is nothing but the range of the shunt value to be placed in parallel with the meter, in order to extend the range of ammeter. So in general case we will discuss the multi-range ammeter now. That means we are discussing about the multi-range ammeter. So the constructional diagram of multi-range ammeters are nothing but we are having a series of resistors placed in parallel with your meter. A series of resistors are placed in parallel with your meters, where again the meter resistance is RM and the current flowing through the meter is IM, and the net quantity of current to be measured is I, right? And the value of resistors placed in parallel are nothing but R1, R2, R3 and so on up to Rn. Now the value of R1 to measure a unknown current quantity is nothing but R1 is equal to Im into Rm by I1 minus Im, right? That means in the previous case we got RSH is equal to Im into Rm by I minus Im. But in this case we are having a resistance of R1 which is placed in parallel with the help of a bypass switch S1. So when S1 is connected to R1, then the range of the resistance which is placed in parallel with your meter is equal to R1, where R1 is equal to Im into Rm by I1 minus Im. In the similar case, if the switch is shifted to 0.2, then the switch S1 is closed at 0.2. Now what you are having? You are having resistance R2 placed in parallel with your meter resistance Rm, right? Now what will be your value of R2? R2 is equal to Im Rm by I2 minus Rm, and so on. So similarly, if you are having n resistors here Rn, what will be the value of Rn? Rn will be equal to Im Rm by In minus Rm, right? So this is the value of your unknown resistance which have to be placed in parallel with your meter in order to increase the range of your ammeter. Okay. Now we will discuss a problem on extension and the range of ammeter. So the given problem is a 2 milliamp meter with an internal resistance of 100 ohms is to be converted into a 0 to 150 milliamps ammeter, and is asking you to calculate the value of RSH, to be placed in parallel with the ammeter in order to extend its range. So what are the given values here? He has given you the value of your Im, where the value of Im is equal to 2 milliamps, which is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 amps, and the internal resistance of the meter Rm is equal to 100 ohms, and the internal resistance of the meter is 100 ohms, and it is to be converted into a meter having a range of 0 to 150 milliamps. That means the unknown current quantity to be measured, or the extended range of the meter Im should be equal to 150 milliamps, and is asking you to calculate the value of shunt resistance to be placed in parallel in order to extend the range of meter. So as we have already discussed, what's the formula for RSH? RSH is equal to Im into Rm by RSH is equal to Im into Rm by I minus Im. RSH is equal to Im into Rm by I minus Im. So all the values are given. Im value is given, Rm is given, I is given, and as well as Im is given, right? So what you want to calculate? You want to calculate the value of RSH, right? So the meter is to be extended to a range of, I is equal to 150 milliamps. That means you should measure an unknown current quantity for a maximum range of 150 milliamps. Now we will substitute these values over here in order to calculate the value of RSH. So RSH is equal to Im into Rm. So what's the value of Im? Im is nothing but 2 milliamps into what's the value of Rm? Rm is nothing but 100 ohms divided by I minus Im. So what's the value of I? I is nothing but 150 milliamps minus Im value, that is nothing but the meter current, which is nothing but 2 milliamps. So this is equal to 2 milliamps into 100 ohms divided by 148 milliamps. So when you solve this, you will get a value of 1.351 ohms. That means when you are solving this value, you will get a value of 1.351 ohms, which is the value of RSH. That means when you place a value of RSH is equal to 1.351 ohms, then it is going to measure a value of 150 milliamps. That means you will have a shunt resistance of 1.351 ohms, which is placed in parallel with your meter in order to measure a current of 0 to 150 milliamps. That means in order to measure a current of 0 to 150 milliamps, you should keep a value of 1.351 ohms in parallel with your meter. In parallel with your meter, right? So this problem is based on multi-range ammeter. That means we will calculate different ranges of ammeter where it can range from a value of 0 to 10 milliamps, 0 to 50 milliamps and 0 to 100 milliamps. That means in the given problem, the data which is given is design a multi-range ammeter with a meter resistance of 75 ohms. That means he has given the value of Rm is equal to 75 ohms and the deflection in the meter is 2 milliamps That means initially the full scale deflection in the meter Im is equal to 2 milliamps and he is asking you to increase the range of the meter in different stages. That means he is asking you to calculate a different values of RSH to be placed in parallel with your meter to measure a value of current 0 to 10, 0 to 50 and 0 to 100. That means the given values of I1 is equal to 10 milliamps, I2 is equal to 50 milliamps and similarly I3 is equal to 100 milliamps. That means he is asking you to calculate different values of R1, R2 and R3. He is asking you to calculate different values of R1, R2, R3 which are placed in parallel with your meter, having a meter resistance of Rm. That means in order to calculate these values of 10 milliamps, 50 milliamps and 100 milliamps, we are having three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected in parallel and we are having a bypass switch over here. So when S1 is connected to R1, it should measure a value of 0 to 10 milliamps. In the similar way, when S1 is connected to R2, it should measure a value of 0 to 50 milliamps. In the similar way, when S1 is connected to R3, it should measure a value from 0 to 100 milliamps. So, as we have already known, the formula for R1 is equal to Im into Rm by I1 minus Im. So, this is nothing but the formula for R1 in the case of a multi-range meter. It is quite similar to the formula for RSH. That means if you are neglecting R2 and R3 in this case, R1 is nothing but the shunt resistance which is placed in parallel with your meter resistance Rm. So what will be the formula for RSH when R2 and R3 are replaced? When R2 and R3 are neglected, your formula for RSH is equal to Im into Rm by I minus Im. But in this case, I am replacing my RSH with R1, that's it. So what's the value of R1 directly? R1 is equal to Im into Rm by I minus Im. Now you substitute the given values. What's the value of Im? Im is nothing but 2 milliamps. Rm is nothing but 75 ohms. Divided by, what's the value of I1? It should measure a value of 10 milliamps. Minus, what's the value of Im? It is nothing but 2 milliamps. So when you solve this expression for R1, you will get the value of R1 is equal to 18.75 ohms. You will get the value of R1 as 18.75 ohms. In the similar way, we will calculate the value of R2. That means the switch has been shifted from position S1 to S2. That means it has shifted its position from 1 to 2, or we are removing the switch from 1 and we are placing it in 2. That means switch is closed at point 2, right? Now which resistor is connected in parallel with Rm? When the switch is shifted from 1 to 2, R2 is connected in parallel with Rm. That means when the switch is closed at point 2, your R2 is in parallel with your Rm. Now what's the formula for R2 in the similar condition? R2 is equal to, again, Im into Rm divided by I2 minus Im. Simple. R2 is equal to Im into Rm divided by I2 minus Im. That means you are replacing your current I1 by I2 and you are replacing your resistance R1 by R2. That's it, because S1 has been shifted to port point 2. Now again you will substitute these values. What is the value of Im? 2 milliamps. Rm is nothing but 75 ohms. I2 is equal to 50 milliamps minus Im is equal to 2 milliamps. So when you solve this expression, you will get a value of 3.125 ohms. You will get a value of 3.125 ohms. In the similar way, we will calculate the value of R3. Now see, what is the formula for R3? R3 is equal to Im Rm by I3 minus Im by I3 minus Im. So substitute these values, you will get Im again 2 milliamps into Rm value is 75 ohms by I3 value is 100 milliamps in this case. It should measure a range of again 100 milliamps minus 2 milliamps, where 2 milliamps is nothing but the value of Im. So when you solve this expression, you will get a value of again 1.53 ohms. When you are solving this, you will get a value of 1.53 ohms. So what is your conclusion? Your R1 value is equal to 18.75 ohms. Your R2 value is equal to 3.125 ohms and your R3 value is equal to 1.53 ohms. That means in order to calculate a range of 0 to 10 milliamps, in order to calculate a range of 0 to 10 milliamps and 0 to 50 milliamps and 0 to 100 milliamps, the shunt resistances to be placed in parallel with your meter resistances are equal to 1.875 ohms in order to measure a current of 0 to 10 milliamps and 3.125 ohms in order to measure a current of 0 to 50 milliamps and 1.53 ohms in the case of measuring a 0 to 100 milliamps. That means what we have done here, we have extended the range of 2 milliamp ammeter. We have extended the range of 2 milliamp ammeter to the range of 10 milliamp or 50 milliamp or 100 milliamp by placing a shunt resistances of either 18.75 ohms or 3.125 ohms or 1.53 ohms. That means R1 is equal to 18.75, R2 is equal to 3.125 and R3 is equal to 1.53 ohms. That means when S1 is switched at position 1, when S1 is switched at position 1, S1 is switched at position 1. That means what is going on? Your S1 is switched like this. So when S1 is switched like this, what is the value of current it can measure? It can measure a current of range from 0 to 10 milliamps. It can measure a current range of 0 to 10 milliamps. Similarly, if S1 is shifted to 2, if S1 is shifted to 0.2, then what it can measure? It can measure a current of around 0 to 50 milliamps. Similarly, if S1 is shifted to 0.3, if S1 is shifted to 0.3, that means R3 is connected in parallel with your meter resistance Rm, then it can measure a current of I3, where I3 is equal to 0 to 100 milliamps. So this is all about multi-range ammeters. Thank you.